Hey, what up everyone? Michael Lawrence here. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be back. I just got back from my cruise and I already went back to school and I'm catching up, so it's all that fun stuff that I've been having to deal with. But the cruise was a success and I had a lot of fun. I've been getting a lot of requests on my videos to do a mukbang, and I think I've said before that I'm not going to do a mukbang on this channel. I refuse to be fat and eat on camera. I'm not doing it. There's a level of self-awareness that I think you have to lack in order to be like morbidly obese and want to eat a bunch of food on camera. And I unfortunately have too much self-awareness. It's also part of the reason why I have a hard issue vlogging in public, because I'm already like a 6'6", like big black guy, and like I'm gonna be holding a camera around, like filming myself talking. Like, it's really hard. I can't disassociate what people around me must be thinking enough to be able to ascertain that ability to like vlog in public. Like, I just can't do it. Like, I don't possess that quality yet. Maybe as I continue with YouTube or whatever and continue making videos, maybe one day I will become confident enough to do that, but as of right now I lack that. But like I was saying, people have been asking me to do mukbangs, and I'm not gonna do them, but I will do this mukbang and this mukbang only. Alright? And I know this is gonna be hypocritical, but I'm only gonna do this one time. I'm gonna do an ice water mukbang, restaurant style. So without further ado, I need to get my water. So yeah, so here it is. I got my water. I don't know if you can see it. I probably should have used, this is the cup that I use like every day. It's a Yeti. I love this thing. It keeps everything really cold. As some of you know, I live in like the desert, or I live in a desert, so it's super dry, arid, and hot. And yes, a lot of people I think a lot of people have the misconception that thermoses or cups like these are meant only to keep things warm, but they're also meant to keep things really cold. Like, I've put ice in here and like at a 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then woken up the next day and there's still ice in it. So like, I love this cup. I use it. I take it with me to school. I take it when I go to Starbucks and I get my my like skinny lattes or whatever. I pour them in here. And I was just like, what do you use? So here we go. I'm gonna do the first sip. Oh, also, I don't use bottled water. I think that's extremely wasteful. Honestly, bottled water is just tap water, first of all. If you do any kind of research about bottled water, like, it's not it never comes from where you think it comes from. It negatively impacts the environment horribly. It's extremely wasteful. It's the height of consumerism to buy like tons of bottled water. Water is so readily available, especially in the United States. Like, unless you're living in Flint, Michigan, you really have no fucking excuse as to why you need to drink bottled water all the time. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion on it. Hate me for it, whatever. That's just my opinion. So we use a Brita filtered water thing. We put our tap water through it, keep it in the refrigerator so it's nice and cold. And that's what I'm using. That's what I'm drinking today. So yeah, so I wanted to, I guess, as I'm doing this mukbang, talk about the cruise, talk about just life in general, all that stuff, maybe like what's to come, what's not to come, but whatever. But I had a lot of people, because I had mentioned the cruise, and they wanted to know like what my experience with bariatric surgery and going on a cruise is going to be like. And I honestly had never done that. I had tried to research some stuff and I got some like helpful hints, but for the most part it was a big learning experience for me. I had a great time. I pretty much just like laid around and like slept a lot, and I ate way more probably than I should have. I mean, granted, when I say I ate more than I should have, I'm saying that I eat more. I still eat significantly less than what I ate before I had surgery. I'm not like going back to pre-surgery or whatever. But I did for the 3 days, because it was one day at sea, one day at port, and then 2 half days, I guess. So for those 3 days, we'll just call them 3 days, I did typically eat more than I would eat when I was at home. Because when I'm at home, I do a lot of supplement I do meal replacement stuff. I do like a bar and a drink, and I have like 1, maybe 2 meals throughout the day. And those are tiny ass meals, by the way. So, but when I was there, well, first of all, I forgot to bring a hoodie like a fucking idiot. But thankfully it wasn't that cold because we were still in, you know, the Pacific Ocean, and it wasn't that bad. At night it was chilly, especially at the front of the decks, at the front of the boat, but at the aft of the boat, it was chill. Like, it wasn't that big, it wasn't that windy, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I forgot to bring my protein bars. I was gonna bring 3 protein bars, and I just completely just spaced on bringing those. So I had to like really make sure I was getting my protein in throughout the stay. And I know a lot of people wanted to know like what strategies and stuff I was going to use when I went on to the boat. First of all, I want to say cruises are extremely accommodating, right? So like if you have not gone on a cruise, they will go above and beyond to make sure you don't have access to everything that you need. So when I didn't plan the cruise. This was for my friend's 21st birthday / graduation. And it was 5 of us, and she put on there that there was going to be 1 individual who had weight loss surgery that was coming on this trip. So they wanted to know like what special things I needed. They told me I could bring my bars or my protein shakes. It's fine. I don't have to worry about that. The only thing that I asked for was that at nighttime I get applesauce, because there's still 2 pills that I have to crush up when I take them. And it's not because I'm still at the phase of my surgery where you have to crush pills up to take them. It's just, for these pills in particular, the way that their absorption works is it would do it in the stomach. Well, if you know anything about gastric bypass surgery, I have a stomach. It's just the route that food takes in my digestive system no longer goes to my stomach. So like my stomach is still there. It's just pretty much closed off. Nothing gets to it, and it slowly leaks like juices and stuff to help aid in digestion in your intestine. So that's why it's called root and Y. If you've ever wondered why it's called root X and Y, it's because it literally makes a Y shape in your body, right? So like your food comes down here, your stomach is here, and it comes here, and it makes a Y, and that's the Y. So I need to take these 2 pills that require me to crush them up, because it doesn't go through my stomach, because typically what would happen is the pill would sit in your stomach and slowly digest. Well, that doesn't happen for me anymore. So I have to crush it up and take it with applesauce. You can do it with water, but it's fucking gross, and it's like really hard for me. So anyway, every night they brought me applesauce, pretty much 9 o'clock on the dot, and then I would leave it in the like little ice bucket thing that we had. And then when I would come, we would go out, and then I would come back at like midnight or 1 in the morning and then take it. So it worked out pretty well. I have to sip water too, so this is gonna take me a little while to drink this. I may not drink it all tonight, but this is 1 full cup of this is 32 ounces. So if I make sure I drink at least 2 of these full of water a day on top of whatever else I drink. This is my second for today. When it came to eating, right? So there's tons of options on the cruise ship. There's the Lido deck, which has the buffet. They also typically have like these, I don't want to say novelty, but they'll have like these little side restaurant things that they have. So we went on a Carnival cruise. They had this burger place that was fucking amazing, by the way. Apparently Guy Fieri is the one who came up with the recipes for it. They had a burger place and a taco place, like a taco bar place that was open up pretty much all day. And what I would do is, I even did this for breakfast one of the days, which is kind of gross, but like in the morning, or for lunch or whatever, I would go to the burger bar and I would just get a cheeseburger with bacon on it and then throw the bun away and just eat it with a fork and a knife. And it was really good. They had all these different sauces for it. It was bomb. Also, at the taco place, they had tacos and burritos, and I saw a woman walking around with like one of those big taco bowl things or whatever. And if any of you guys know this, Chipotle is a love of my life. I go there at least once a week. At least once a week I go to Chipotle. So I went there, and I was like, oh, where did you get this? She's like, oh, I got it from the taco bar. If you ask for a taco bowl or a taco salad, they'll bring you out the bowl, and then you can pick whatever you want in it. Fucking winning. So I went there a lot, too. I went, and I would get shrimp and beans and corn and pico de gallo. And I would just eat that, and they'd put as little or as much as you want. I would mostly just put mainly like 2 spoonfuls of shrimp and then some beans and the corn. And that lasted me well, I was able to eat a good amount. I'm able to eat a lot more than I was like even 2-3 months ago. I want to say, when I say a lot, see, it's hard. I know a lot of people can be like, oh, you're eating like huge amounts of food. It's not that. It's in comparison to what I was eating, it's a lot. So like I don't know. I know a lot of you are smart enough to understand that, but there are going to be a select few of you who are going to be like, oh, you're like back to your old ways or whatever. That's not what I'm saying when I say like it's a lot more. I'm just saying it's more than typically what I was eating, because as time goes on, you're able to eat a little bit more, especially with certain things. So we did that. For the sit-down dinners, we didn't really do seated breakfast and lunch that much. We did do the sit-down dinner every time, because we actually sat at a table. There was 5 of us, and then there was 5 people that we also sat with that we didn't know, and we actually got along with them. So like we kind of like, you know, we would all do our things throughout the day, and then we would sit at the dinner and we would all like kind of talk about what we had gone through or what we did and blah blah blah. And they were enjoyable to be around, so it was a lot of fun. What I would do is, because I had my friend there, my male friend, well, I don't want to say my male friend, whatever. My friend, I would order things to try them a lot. Like, I would order an appetizer. I remember one of the appetizers was like crab cakes, and it would come with like 3 or 4 crab cakes. Obviously, I'm not going to eat all that because I also have to eat the dinner too. I would order the crab cakes and maybe eat like half of one or maybe a whole one. I rarely ate a whole one. And I would just give him the rest of it because it's fucking free. We already paid for it, you know, so I'd give it to him. And then for dinners, they always had some kind of like on the grill part of the menu. So you could get like grilled fish, grilled pork chops, grilled steak, grilled chicken. So I just swapped through those throughout the day. For the fancy dinner, they did have this really good miso marinated salmon that I got, which was fucking bomb. Like, if they sold that somewhere here, I'd buy it all the time. It was so good. So yeah, that was that. And then I would just give him whatever I didn't eat, and he would usually eat it. He was drinking so much, so I was like, you need to eat, like, because he got one of the, like, the alcohol passes where you get, like, 15 free drinks a day. I was like, you need to eat whatever you can to soak up some of that alcohol, and he, you know, he would eat it, so it worked out pretty well for me. So yeah, that was pretty much the cruise. I just slept a lot. That was, like, I don't know, apparently I needed to sleep. I slept a lot. We didn't even leave the boat when we got to Ensenada. We just stayed on the boat because 4 of my friends, or not 4, 3 of them had gotten the Celebrate thing, or the, what, I don't know, it's called Celebrate, and you get like 15 free drinks a day, drinks that are $50 or less. So they, essentially the Ensenada cruise, if anyone knows anything about the Ensenada cruise, you leave from Long Beach and you go for a day at sea, and then you port in Ensenada for a day, and then you come back to Long Beach. So it's a booze cruise. It's really fast. It's like a weekend thing. Pretty much everyone just goes there to get fucked up because you're on a boat and there's nowhere to go, right? So we were like, why get off the boat and go to Ensenada where things are going to probably be expensive? I mean, I've been to Ensenada before. It's not like I missed anything. And it was, you know, it was just, they're like, let's just stay on the boat because everything's free on the boat. You know, like all the food's free, all the drinks are free, the activities are free, and there was way less people on the boat. And doing that was such a good idea because we got to sit like above the pool and just chill there and just like soak in some sun and like, you know, get drinks, all that stuff. Oh, another thing I found out is that like they had a sugar-free like mango ice drink that I could get. So I like drank a bunch of those, which was like fucking amazing. Those things were so good. And we just, you know, sat there and just chilled, and there was only like maybe 30 people out at the pool, where the day before it was like a madhouse. So like it was just so chill. We just chilled out there all day, and I had like the best time. I'm probably talking really fast. I'm sorry. I like finished my coffee like an hour and a half ago, so it's like still kind of like going through me. What else to talk about? Oh yeah. So in the other video, someone was talking about, so apparently people think that I get cosmetic things done or whatever. The only thing I get done, or things I guess, is I get my eyebrows threaded because I need to get it done because I have a unibrow. So if I don't get my eyebrows threaded, I look like a Yeti, literally a Yeti. And I do that, and then I used to suffer from horrible tension migraines, like aura-inducing, nausea-inducing, horrible migraines. And I went through all the procedures. I tried all the different medications that there are to try. I did Topamax, which anyone who has tried Topamax knows that on the online communities and stuff like that, they call it Dopamax because it makes you feel awful. It literally felt like I was on heroin or something when I was taking it. I tried the I think they're sublingual. No, they're not sublinguals. They're like they're like these little shot things that you can use, and they don't even have a needle. It's like air, and like you put them in your arm. You like administer them yourself. Those didn't work for me because the type of migraines I have are caused by my muscles in my actual muscles that surround my skull, like getting tight and like squeezing on my brain, I guess. Or not my brain, but on the skull. And it just feels like it just hurts. So when I would take those migraine medications, what those migraine medications do is they shrink your blood vessels in your brain. Or not in your brain, but like they shrink your blood vessels throughout your body, kind of, to try and like relieve the tension. It would just make it worse for me for some reason, so that didn't work. So my neurologist finally suggested trying Botox. So I get Botox every 4 to 5 months, depending on how, because it's different for each person. They recommend, you can get them as soon as every 3 months, I think. But he just says, I want you to call and make the appointment when your migraines start to slowly come back. So I go like every 4 to 5 months. I get Botox here, on the sides of my head and my temporal area right here, and here down my neck. I get shots down my neck and then across the tops of my shoulders. And doing that has I get like maybe 1 migraine a month now, and I just take an Excedrin and boom, gone. Before I would get like 4 a week, like to the point where I like can't even leave the house. I'm throwing up in a bucket. Like, it was awful. And so I get Botox, and that's the only thing I get. Like, I think it is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He doesn't even do them in my eyebrow, like in my frown lines or whatever. They're just like up here. And so I get that. Someone was saying that like I get my lips done. I don't get my lips done. The only thing, I live somewhere. How hot is it here right now? Here, let me check. It is 108 out right now. Okay, so obviously I live somewhere where it's really hot. Using regular chapsticks does not cut it when it's somewhere that's really hot. So I use this stuff. I don't know if this is going to focus or not, but it's called Lucas's Paw Pot Ointment. A friend of mine recommended it to me. I ordered it on Amazon because I can't find it anywhere in the store here. I think it comes from Australia. It's just like, yeah, it's from Australia. What is in it? I can't. There's a fermented fruit in it, along with like petroleum jelly, I believe. And you can use this for a bunch of other things. You can use this for like rashes, sores, chafing, burns, splinters, wounds, insect bites. This works really well with insect bites. I got a mosquito bite, and instead of rubbing that Benadryl cream on it or the hydrocortisone cream, I just rubbed some of this on it, and it took the sting away like really fast. And so I rub, but you can also use this on lips or like things that are dry and cracking. Kind of like that, I don't know what that balm is called that people use, but it has a cow on it. It's like in a green little container. It's kind of like that, essentially. Anyway, I put that on my lips, and in my last video, I put that on like right before I made the video, so my lips were like super shiny and greasy. People are like, oh, did you like just go and get your lips done? Where was the numbing shit still on it? No, I didn't go and get my lips done. I don't need to get my lips done. I'm not trying, like, these are just my lips. These are just how they are. I don't know what else to say. I'm a person of color. I'm very fortunate with the lip area. That's just what it is. So yeah, that was that. Oh yeah, I'm over here. I'm looking at my recommended. I'm almost thinking about requesting reparations from Amberlynn because she's fucked up my recommended things from now on. I don't know. Like, it's my recommendeds on my fucking Facebook or YouTube are grotesque. A lot of people ask me, like, there's someone who, when I say a lot of people, it's not like there's tons of people on my fucking channel or whatever, but like, I have gotten this request a lot for people to for me to critique Foodie Beauty or the Chantel show, I know who she is. I mainly know who she is because of Zachary Michael, like, because I watch his videos. I don't know enough about her to, like, be like, oh, let me, like, react to her or whatever. It would take me some time of, like, catching up on what she's been doing and da-da-da, because oh my god, what is the word I'm trying to say? Quantre? Not, I don't think that's the word. Whatever. I know a lot of people think that the reason why I dislike Amberlynn, or actually, you know what, I'm gonna take that back. A lot of people know, the haters think, my haters, oh god, I have haters now or whatever, but the Am babies think, because I've seen them comment on my videos a couple of times, is they think that I don't like her because she's fat, or I fit into that stereotype of, like, a gay guy hating fat girls, which I didn't know existed. I didn't really know that existed. In my world, the majority of the fag hags are fat women. Like, that's just, like, if I go and hang out with my gay friends, like, a lot of their female best friends are, like, bigger girls. That's just what it is. Like, we get along, we kiki it up, like, it just is what it is. My best friend of, like, 15 years or whatever is a bigger girl, and, like, I love her to death, and her weight plays no part in that. I just love her, you know? So, I don't hate fat women. So, like, I don't know how that came across. I just don't like Amberlynn. I don't hate people really in general, unless you've done something to me. Like, I hate my dad, but that's because he's not a part of my life. But, you know, like, I don't know. That's just a misconception. So, anyway, holy shit tangent. I don't know enough about Chantel to sit here and make a video about her. I would have to, like, really watch her and really see what it is that she does that causes people to, like, really dislike her. Because I have a feeling it's not because she's fat and does mukbangs. Like, that is a reason, I guess, to dislike someone, and there are people who dislike people for their their size. But I'm not gonna solely make a video about someone because they're fat. Like, that's not where my dislike of Amberlynn comes from. If you watch any of my videos, you know it has to do with the waste that she causes, the horrible shit that she does to the people around her, and just how she's pretty much an insufferable human being at this point. But I do see these people that are mentioned to me. Like, I do see them, right? Like, I see them, especially my recommendeds. That's why I said I want reparations from Amberlynn for, like, fucking up my recommendeds, because I see that, like, that pink star, I don't know, there's that one lady who does those horrible thumbnails where she, like, is like, she's like a lazy eye, and she just looks fucking grotesque, and she eats things with tons of mayonnaise on them, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I see them, but I try not to click on them because I don't want my recommendeds to be that fucked up, right? So, yeah, I do see them. But like I said, I know who Chantel is because of Zachary Michael. That's the only reason I really know about her. What else is going on? School's going good. I've been, like, getting A's on all my tests and stuff, so I'm, like, really excited about that. I was kind of worried because it's, like, a fast summer course, and it is a lab course, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be hard. And if anyone has taken anatomy and physiology, they know that, like, in the anatomy labs, it's all just memorizing where things are. And, like, sometimes it's hard to be like, you learn about something on a Monday and you're tested about it on a Thursday. That can be kind of hard. But I've been keeping up, and I've been getting A's and stuff, so I'm, like, I'm here for it. I actually kind of like it, because it's, like, I don't have enough time to, like, get lazy. So yeah, how long have I been talking for? I've been talking for a long time. I'm going to continue to be making videos. I'm going to try to make more videos. I'm going to make more Amberlynn videos. Who the fuck am I kidding? I'm going to do that. Sorry for burping. And I'm just going to continue doing me and doing what I think is what people want to see, or what they, you know, what they want to hear. I'm not going to say what people want to hear, but what they want to see, and what, you know, what they think is entertainment. I'm not going to do food mukbangs. People ask me to do health food mukbangs. I'm just not going to do it. I don't feel comfortable eating on camera. And I don't even think, even if I was at my lowest weight, that I would feel comfortable doing that. That's just how I feel about that. But I do appreciate the suggestions, and I read majority of the comments, because I get the email. Oh, that's the timer on my phone. Sorry, this camera shuts off like every 30 minutes, so like I have to put a timer. Whoa, that's really fucking bright. Holy shit. So yeah, I read the majority of the comments. I try to write back to a lot of them. But once you get into like 600 comments or whatever, it's hard to write, because I'm not just gonna do some like stupid like one-line answers or whatever. I try to make them personal and like to the person, and you know, like, so once you get to 600 comments though, it's like, it's too much. I become like too much. But I get the emails on my phone and I read them. I'm not Amberlynn Reid, I read them. So, and I don't pretend like I don't read them. So yeah, so keep making suggestions. If you like my video, like it. If you want to see more videos by me, please subscribe. I appreciate every one of you. And with that being said, I've drank about half of this so far. I don't know if you can even see that. But yeah, I've drank about half of this so far. And I think that's pretty much it for now. I'm starting to get like really full. Like that's why I'm burping a bunch, because my body's like trying to make any kind of room that it exists. So yeah, with that being said, until next time, toodles.